Devious Monkey here. I am going for my after dinner walk. Thought I'd bring you along. This is supposed to be the last nice day for the rest of the month. When I look at extended forecast, it basically shows thunderstorms, rain every day pretty much for the rest of July. So I definitely was glad that I was able to get outside this, first half of the week and do my morning walk and my evening walk and change my diet, so on and so forth. And I have been enjoying that. Going forward, it's going to be a little bit more challenging because if it actually is going to rain every single day for the rest of the month for like the next 3 weeks, that can be kind of depressing. So I have to find a way to make it not depressing. And the best way I can do that is to keep myself occupied with fun activities. I'm kind of curious to what all you guys do to pass the time. Now in this country, the United States, it isn't quite as militant with the lockdown and all that kind of stuff, which of course is why we're suffering such a resurgence, because people are idiots and they just go out and do what they want and don't give a shit about anybody. But in a lot of the other countries, I mean, you couldn't freaking go outside. I mean, you had to stay home. Stay home meant stay home. And, that can weigh heavily on your mind. Now, even here, because things are so different for a lot of people, it has definitely been challenging, both mentally and physically. With me, what I've said in the past is that it hasn't been too bad. It has actually worked out really well for me because not all that much has changed. And that is in that I actually have gotten out of this healthier all around than before I went into it. Yeah, we can take away the last month's 10-pound weight gain. My own fault for being for all the chips and pie and ice cream. Okay, but other than that, I mean, it's been really good because I have a lot more stability. All right, I've been through all that before with you, but going forward now, I'm kind of in the same boat because everything's starting to shut down now, and a couple other things have happened that mean I'm not going anywhere. And since I'm not going anywhere, I've decided, that I have to take advantage of that time, like I did for the other 3 months of filming, editing, and posting every day, getting a lot of things done around my house. A lot of the projects, I redid my office / studio. I got some new gear. I've been out testing it, so on and so forth. What I would like to do now going forward again is, well, actually, I don't know if you've heard this because I think I filmed it the other day, but I didn't actually post that day. So you may not have heard me say, but I think what I'm going to move to is a 2 video a week schedule. So I'm going to post every Sunday and then every Thursday. And that way it gives me more time to actually put together a better video experience. I actually want to put together, something that's a little bit better, present it a little bit better, putting forth more effort. And I think that, slowing down to 2 videos a week will be better. Now, that I'm not saying that I won't post videos like this, because obviously I will. And it's gotten to the point where it really doesn't take me that long to throw something together when I'm out in my walks or when I'm sitting in my office / studio doing whatever. So I thought, what I'll do is I will commit to 2 videos a week, but they'll be ones with more effort, for the lack of a better way of describing it. And then that isn't to say that I won't post videos like this on any other day that I have the time or that I feel like it. I don't know about doing the daily though, but we'll see. If I get really good at this and I get a good response to it, you never know. I mean, never say never, right? I think in my head, I've had a couple of things that I wanted to do, as far as that whole doing the local Virginia Beachy type paranormal or just weird shit centric videos. I thought that would be fun to do. A little bit more challenging though, because getting to these places given that they're relatively popular, it's going to make it more difficult for me to do it as it exists inside my melon. Now, what influences me to want to do this? Well, number one, first and foremost, was a show called In Search Of. It's from like the 1970s, or like early to mid 1970s. It was hosted by Leonard Nimoy, Spock, and what I loved about it, well, I mean, I loved everything about it. I loved all the, you know, all the weird, unsolved mystery type aspects that went into a lot of the episodes. And then there were other episodes that were just about other scientific things, like killer bees. I remember that episode. Given that this was done in the early 70s, a lot of the show's subject matter or mysteries have been solved. For instance, the Titanic. They had an episode on the Titanic, you know, all about the way it went down and where it went down. And at that point, I mean, it was years before it was found. So it was a mystery. Well, I mean, obviously they found the Titanic, so you know, mystery solved. So that was pretty cool. But I more enjoyed just the I don't know, the storyline of everything. It was very cool. Then we move into the 80s and 90s, and another show that was really cool that I watched all the time, still watch anytime I can find it, Unsolved Mysteries. Kind of the same thing, although a lot of those episodes were a little bit more crime involved, but there were a lot of episodes that were about weird shit. Clearly I like weird shit, so that's kind of where I'm going. Now, a lot of the things that I'm gonna, I don't know, that I'm gonna focus on, I don't know that there's so much unsolved mysteries or anything weird like that, but they do have some interesting lore. And I'm looking forward to actually learning more about those things that I only know about on a surface level. Well, I mean, I know of them, but I really don't know anything about them. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And that's another great way for me to occupy my time as this continues on, as this pandemic almost re-shutdown coming progresses. I would like to take advantage and do something fun and you know, challenge myself to learn something new. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that hits sort of all around, because one, it gives me focus on something new to do. Two, it helps me to learn something. Three, I have to use my melon because I'm gonna have to research stuff and figure out how I'm gonna go film it and figure out how I'm gonna throw all that together into a cohesive story that's interesting for everybody. And then finally, I need to learn how to actually edit all that stuff together instead of just having a straight single line timeline, you know, with me blathering on. So I'm excited to explore that and see what I can do with it. And we'll see what happens. So I've given you the map, roughly the map of what I'm trying to do with myself. You know, change a diet, change an exercise, you know, learning new things, where I want to go with the channel and the videos and all that kind of stuff, you know, learning new software. I, of course, am curious. Do you guys have any recommendations? You know, what social media do you guys use? What programs are you using? What are you using? What do you do to better yourself? Whether it be through learning something or a tool that helps you do something that you're already doing, but better. Because I seriously want to know. As always, keep the comments coming. I'm kind of enjoying it. And I love the interaction. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. Well, that's all I've got today. I just sort of wanted to touch bases and go over that general map of what I'm experiencing right now. As always, thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, and all that shit. And remember, kids, forward and up.